Is Ryan Poles on the hot seat more than initially believed? We're going to talk about all that, plus Gervon Dexter, more players on the injury report, and more on today's Chicago Bears Central.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We got the team in the building today. C-Dub, Bobby, myself, Hayes. Fellas, every time drama starts, that's when all the stories start coming out, right? All the little intricacies start coming out. We now have gotten more on Ryan Poles and his decisions than what we did when the motherfucker was actually making the decisions. Over the last couple of days, it's come out from Hallis Hall that nobody forced Matt Eberflus on Ryan Poles, because there's a big contingent of Bears fans that look at the fact that Eberflus was interviewed once before Ryan Poles came on, and they say, well, it wasn't a Ryan Poles decision. Poles has said himself, we talked about it here, that he had the option to restart the whole process and did not, and eventually decided on Matt Eberflus. Now, when you pair that, there's also been some stories over the last couple of days to come out about how Ryan Poles did not properly vet Nate Davis. Overall, fellas, it seems like right now, everybody who's coming out the woodworks with all the little details about Ryan Poles and some of his miscues over the last few years, and it's pointing towards maybe Poles is on the hot seat more than people thought. Coming down last night, as the report came out that Ryan Poles, whether he keeps his job or not, it's not going to exclusively be on Kevin Warren, meaning that the McCaskies may even be looking into this. How you guys feeling?
Wow. First off, man, it gives me vibes. I just looked at a report, and it's a little bit off topic, that Montez Sweat has been hurt for a month. And I was just thinking, like, I ain't here, why y'all saying that now? So I'm thinking kind of the same thing. Why y'all just bringing this shit up now when Nate Davis wasn't vetted good enough? Ryan Poles could have changed coaches and stuff. Why y'all saying that stuff now? Whoever bringing these stories up. I get it. I know it's the fire's all under, just let the record stand. Let the record stand for itself. What's going on with the team? You ain't gotta throw an extra dirt on it. That's how I feel about it, bro. Y'all ain't got an extra mudsling it, bro. It's already fucked up.
Yeah, and I think, and to add to the point, and Hayes, you already mapped this out for everybody to listen. This is why we tell y'all to follow the number one spot, because Hayes has been on this daily episodes for months, for years. We already discovered that keeping on Matt Eberflus was his decision. He could have restarted the process. We already knew it. So right now it's to the point to what C-Dub said, to where they're just adding more fuel to the fire. We've already known this stuff. And we already figured out that Nate Davis was a piece of shit. We knew that already. Whether you vetted him correctly or not, or whether you vetted Matt Eberflus, because there's a report saying that Matt Eberflus was about to get fired from the Indianapolis Colts, and the Bears swooped in and picked him up and made him their head coach. We already knew the decision was shitty in the first place. So to C-Dub's point, it's just more fuel to the fire. I understand it, but it is what it is. We already knew this shit.
I listen, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I don't do daily episodes for me. I do it for y'all. Y'all just don't be listening. I do it so y'all can be informed. I know the information. That's why I do the episodes. When people be wanting to argue, bro. People be wanting to argue, and it's like I just gift wrapped it to you and I handed it to you. But some people, you can't make people drink. That's all I can say.
It be like that sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta spank a baby on the ass a couple times. Chill out. Sometimes you gotta spank them up, put belt to ass.
But Ryan Poles, I think he saved his job more than he be on the hot seat, because he got the one most critical thing right that he needed to get right this season, and that was the quarterback. He got the quarterback right. So that is at least enough to get him into the next season to see what he can do about the offensive line. Because if he got that wrong and it looked a little shaky, the first couple, it looked a little shaky. But we knew he was a rookie. It was his first couple games, but he got the quarterback right.
For sure. It's definitely time to place all your resources into what matters the most, the trenches. That's on both sides of the football for the Chicago Bears. He's done a solid job when it comes to contracts and placing people in solid position. Your Jalen Johnsons, your Montez Sweat, your linebacker core, things like that. But you got to get the number one thing down pat. I think he deserves an opportunity for that. Again, if he was to be fired, I don't think I can defend him much because it was so many things. But at the same time, let's see if he can right his wrongs. Let's see if he can right his wrongs.
Yeah.
Ryan Pace got 6 years. And I think that Ryan Poles, because he had to undo a lot of what Ryan Pace did as far as bad things, like he's done a solid job. Is it perfect? No, in no way. Like, I do think that Ryan Poles, if he were to get fired, there are mistakes that we can look at, and I could say, I can see why the guy got fired. In fairness, there would be things that I can look at and say, all right, I can understand it. But I just don't think that we've reached that point yet to where it's like, oh, Ryan Poles absolutely has to go. He should get an opportunity to get this right now. I also can understand somebody to say, well, Hayes, do we want him to get another coach wrong? Because that could set us back another 3 or 4 years, even if he is fired at the end during next season. Fair. But I think that with what Ryan Poles has done, and because regardless that Matt Eberflus was his hiring, he didn't do a whole coaching search. He basically went off what was already started. He signed off on a guy that had the same agent as him that he was close with, and that's it. Now you got to learn from that, because it's just like, I don't know about y'all. I've gotten some of my friends' jobs before, and I've had to look at them like, damn, I got this nigga hired.
Yeah.
And I learned from that. I ain't getting nobody else no more jobs. So hopefully he learned from that mistake. And I think that the roster is in such a place. I think there are, and you can tell me there are some key things that the Bears have to do this offseason. Of course, the coaching search is right. Fix the offensive line. And to me, and this is not a thing that we've talked about as a collective a lot yet. I don't even think I mentioned it on a daily episode yet. I think personally that we got to move away from the cover 2 scheme. I think that is almost right up there with the offensive line, because I look at what we have talent-wise here, and I see a lot of players that would be much better in a different scheme. I think that personally we may need to move to a 3-4 or a 4-3 or something like that. Like, I think we got to move away from the cover 2. I think we got to move away from the heavy zone coverage. I think we have the personnel to play man and still use some zone principles in that. But I think that those are things that we got to look at wholeheartedly. And I would really be interested to see whoever the next head coach is, what defensive coordinator they bring with them and what scheme they bring with them. Because I think with the different scheme, we're going to see a lot of kind of better from certain of these players.
So you want them to mandate that in their search? Like, we
no,
want
not
a
really
new idea?
No,
okay.
Yeah, because this is something I would like to see.
Because I'm gonna add a little more fuel on it. I will mandate it that we have to try and change the defensive template of this team. It's heavy zone. Cover 2 hasn't worked good for us since Lovie Smith was here, and then we've been mainly on some like 3-4 when we had Khalil Mack, and we just came right back to this zone type defense. I think we need, in this day and age in football, you got to be aggressive on some man on man and throw some blitzes, pressure the quarterback. So we need somebody that's like kind of a new generation defensive coordinator, like a more aggressive, competitive coordinator that want to play like heavy man.
Yeah.
I agree with both of you guys, and I think that that's the most important thing moving forward. There has to be some type of creativity, not only in the offensive side of the ball, but the defensive side of the ball. What I've been hearing last few days, when you following the coverage of some of the guys that analyze and break down film across the NFL, you see that a lot of teams, they're disguising things. You look at a Brian Flores who's disguising things. Yes, he's giving a press coverage look, but he's transitioning once the ball is snapped into a zone coverage look, using multiple defensive backs to go out there and drop 3 guys to kind of like that shell defense type of look and things like that. And that's been working at guys' advantage. I agree with Hayes when he says that it's been just been simply too simple. You know what I'm saying? We doing the simple stuff. And I think that you're not tailoring to the strength of a Tremaine Edmonds. I honestly don't think they have tailored the defensive scheme enough to play for his strengths. We know that he can rush the passer. He's a blitzer. He comes in with a lot of size, a lot of strength to blitz and attack the quarterback. Just expecting him to drop back in coverage for majority of the game, I don't think that's suits him. So I think I agree with you guys when they say they need to tailor this a little bit more and make it a bit more creative for sure.
Yeah, just to make it simple, like you sit in zone, you get more lazy on defense because you just on your heels for the whole play. Like, oh, you got to be more reactive if you playing like a man defense, and you know what I'm saying, blitzing and stuff like that. So,
and blitzing is another thing we got to do a lot more of. Like, we got to get that together. But that's just me, just kind of thinking about things that I would see since we're making so many changes and we are going to see a lot of turnover. I think with this team, that it's just some things that I think could make what we have, because we're not going to do a whole overhaul of the roster again.
Right.
Like, there's going to be some minor changes for sure. I think there has to be some personnel changes with you bringing in a different mindset and things like that as far as coaching, but we're not going to see a complete overhaul. So I just look at things like, all right, how can we get better out of some of the things we already have here? And I think changing that defensive system could help a lot with that as well.
I agree with that. That's 100. I agree with that. Damn, Caleb finna have his third offensive coordinator.
Jesus. Well, maybe. I don't see. I think there's a chance Thomas Brown could stay. It really comes down to who the head coach is and how does Thomas Brown philosophies work. And typically the Bears like that McVay coaching tree, Shanahan coaching tree. So if the head coach comes for that anyway, there's a chance that Thomas Brown could work with that really well with that person.
Did you agree that if it's like a Kyle Shanahan type guy, he bringing him an offensive coordinator over,
right?
Those type of guys. So
I would say that if it's Ben Johnson, I believe he's gonna bring his own guy. Mm-hmm. But if it's Mike Vrabel, my only question is can Thomas Brown place his pride aside to say, I was just an interim, I gave myself an opportunity, but I want to continue to build this thing out. That's the only thing I'm trying to see, because as competitors, we're prideful with certain things. And you say, hey, I was the interim head coach, I fought hard. Let's just say if he go out and get a couple wins, hey, I put myself out there, I deserve the head coaching job. But if they be like, no, is he able to place his pride aside to say, I was just an interim, I want to continue to be an OC and build up my resume? That's the only question I got about Thomas Brown.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Thomas Brown too, I agree with what Bobby laid out there. I think it comes down to, because you got to keep in mind, it's not just about if the Bears want to keep Thomas Brown. Thomas Brown could get offers from a lot of different teams as well, because he now can interview with anybody. So he's going to also have things with what he's done and how he's related with Caleb Williams as well, and just how different this offense will look just from Waldron to Brown. Like, let's just get on that. I know that we haven't still won football games, but how different that look and how bad the Bears offense looked for so long. You got to think some teams are looking at Brown and saying, hey, Brown, we got a better talent overall. We got a better line. We got a better foundation. Brown could come in and help us.
Facts.
I hope so, for the benefit of him, the way he came up this season. I'm rooting for him, but we got a tough hill to climb, brother. Got a tough hill.
We do. We got a tough hill to climb, but it's a hell of an opportunity to have. I ain't gonna lie.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, and we'll see. You got 4 more games to keep doing it. But I do think, like, and you got to think too, like, yes, there are going to be some coaches that want to bring their guys for sure. I'm not going to act like that's not a thing. But there's also something to be said that if you're a new head coach, and if, I think there's still the caveat, if Thomas Brown coincides with your philosophies as a head coach, why not give yourself a leg up on somebody who's already been in the locker room, has the respect and the relationship with these players and with your quarterback and Caleb Williams, and just use that to kind of jumpstart the chemistry there a little bit.
Right.
You mean as head coach, Drip, or you mean as just as offensive coordinator?
I mean as an offensive coordinator. If Thomas Brown stays on as offensive coordinator, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think the conversation about Brown being a head coach, I think that's kind of dead there.
Oh yeah. That's been last week.
Yeah, I think that put the halt on that one.
Yeah, it was a tough outing for him. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of make up for it, but I don't know if it necessarily is going. It depends how the next 4 games go, but you got a tough road ahead. Seattle is no pushover. Seattle, they can play. Then you talking about divisional games. All divisional games are going to be tough, whether you're a good team or a bad team. Can you close?
That's a fact.
If he could beat Green Bay and still get fired, bro, he could beat Green Bay and get fired, bro.
Yeah, but I think you got to contextualize everything. Now, did you beat Green Bay only, or did you beat Green Bay in Minnesota on a Monday night? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
I was just gonna say it don't matter how we beat Green Bay. He beat Green Bay, and we fired his ass.
That's hilarious, bro. You hilarious. Any last thoughts on Pose and the job? Anything going on there before we move on, fellas?
My man's Pose. It's time to lock in, bro. We was on a good train with you. We was rocking with you, saying you was doing this, doing that, everything. I believe he deserves an opportunity to correct them, but man, we better see aggressive moves this off season with everything that you do, because we're gonna be looking with a close eye.
That's a fact.
Hey, Poe's gonna make Thomas make Caleb throw 40 passes a game. He finna break all the records. He need Caleb to look the best that he can look.
I mean, Caleb already said, like, he like, regardless of whatever happens, like, he's gonna be the Bears rookie quarterback record holder in just about everything. There's like no question.
It's
about
crazy,
it at this point. Like,
Yeah.
So that just is what it is when it comes down to that. Shout out to that young man. But all right, let's move on from that. So we know we play Monday, no game today. But Gervon Dexter's already listed as out. Roschon, of course, is out. Ryan Bates out. DeAndre Swift is listed as questionable. How you guys feeling about this injury report, and how do you guys feeling about the Bears' chances with the injuries that the players that we already know are going to be out?
It's just, I mean,
that moment, just that clip, that's the whole season, right? That's the vibe for the whole that.
I mean, what can you say, man? I mean, the injuries, everything is not going the Bears' way this year. Like, usually everything doesn't look bad. Like, you don't lose your offensive coordinator. You don't injure one of your young best secondary guys for like most of the season after a play that didn't look like it was that bad for him, but the other guy looked really bad for him, but not him. I'm talking about Jaquan Brisker. But the Bears ain't been getting no luck whatsoever when it comes to injuries, when it comes to play on the field, when it comes to calls, when it comes to coaching. This has to been the worst luck team in history, bro. And what could you do about it, bro? You just gotta smile, bro.
After that Hail Mary, everything luck-wise has been down, bro.
Like how funny? One play.
The football play. Because Jaden Daniels has been looking very human since that game as well, bro. That game also sapped his superpowers as well.
Bro, what?
Like, what?
What did he sell?
Like, the shit is just ridiculous and crazy. One play ruined everything. And I blame Matt Eberflus.
He just spamming blame on Eberflus.
For real, I do. Because if you come out after that and just say something different and better than what you said, baby, these guys wouldn't have mailed it in. They mailed it in.
Imagine how different things would look if Flus was. I'm sorry, if Pose was allowed to fire Flus after the Patriots game like he wanted to.
Bro,
we would have had the record to be different. The record to be different.
When you fire Shane Waldron, you fire Flus with him.
Yes.
What? They both was terrible. Like, it was just, and that's
Waldron and Flus should have been walking
George
out together,
McCaskey.
Hand in hand.
Hand in hand. Yes.
George McCaskey, you blew a season, bro, for fighting for this guy. Because he got a nice slick back haircut and a nice beard. Cool, fine, okay, whatever. Come on, man. Screw that.
Don't forget Ryan, nephew. Don't forget Ryan.
That's what I'm saying.
Skip him. You just said George, but Ryan name
leaned back and said, "See, George, I told you." I told you.
I hope they was in that box and they would have saw me on camera because I would have been looking at George McCaskey just like this.
For 4 games straight.
4 games straight. Every time something went wrong, I was just looking over at George like.
That's why I think they owe Ryan Pose. I think they owe him.
They owe him, yeah.
At
Especially
least-
if that was
at
legit.
least this offseason to try to make it right, bro.
Oof.
That's it.
Boy.
But this injury report is bad for the Bears.
Oh, it's bad, bro. It's bad.
No Gervon Dexter. Oh, just expect Aaron Jones, the Chicago Bears killer, to go over 100 yards. That's what I expect.
And we ain't been getting a lot of sacks, but we've been getting pressures, and they mainly been coming from Gervon Dexter. So just him sitting back there with all the time in the world, even with Montez Sweat out there. Yeah, we gonna get cooked. Jordan Addison is starting to really come alive too.
Yeah,
so.
and
they got another guy over there, you know.
Jettis. My son is ready to watch him.
And the tight end is pretty good too, right? The tight end is pretty good too, right?
Yeah. It's crazy.
This season, fam. You know what? I don't care what the Bears do this offseason.
Drip, this is what we need, Drip. We need the greatest detective ever. And we're gonna take them back in the past from when they beat the Jaguars, got on the plane,
and lost everything.
What happened?
And lost everything.
What the fuck happened?
How you get on the plane and lose everything
into the next game? What happened?
We down bad, brother. We down bad.
Down bad. I don't even know if that even describes it.
Can we play every game in London? Shit. I feel like the Jaguars owner, he love going to London because he own a team out there. Virginia McCaskey. Look, I understand, baby. Let's get more games in London if we're gonna play like this. Please.
So, when's the last time we saw Virginia McCaskey publicly? I listen. I'm starting to. I don't even know if Virginia McCaskey is even coherent, bro. Like they just, Virginia McCaskey somewhere, bro. Like in a room somewhere, and they be like, hey, we need you to sign something. She just be signing shit. She don't even know what the fuck she signed. She just be signing shit.
Hey, don't they show her one time each game, like in a glass box and shit, like the Pope be in a box?
She ain't been there.
They do be showing her like one time in each
one
game.
One time again,
in a box.
One of the oldest owners in NFL history.
Virginia.
One of the charter franchises. Y'all don't fucking treat us like we a charter franchise. Do better, man. Shit, we tired of this shit.
I don't know what happened on that plane, bro. Who was on that plane? Who was on that plane?
For real, who was on the plane? Did y'all have CIA on there? Because what the fuck?
Was Diddy on the plane? What the hell happened?
I mean, honestly, we may need maybe we were just affected by bad energy in the world. Let's go look at everything that's happened in the universe since that Jaguars game, bro. Like you got the CEO of United Healthcare got assassinated. You got it's been a lot of shit that happened since then, bro.
I know who to blame. I know who to blame too, but I ain't gonna say off. Cat Williams, you're bogus.
Cat Williams, you started this, bro.
Hey, bro, Cat Williams set the tone for this year like a motherfucker.
Like a motherfucker, bro.
Bro,
you want to talk about some ignorant shit all year? It's been some ignorant shit all year, bro. It's just been
and
crazy.
The Bears added on to it. The Bears added on to it.
Bro, what's all happening this year, bro?
Bro?
That's why I said I don't know if y'all saw my tweet now. I said Uncle Murder's year recap this year is going to be wild, bro.
For real.
Look at all the shit he got to recap. The Cat Williams shit. The Monique shit, the calling out Kevin Hart shit. We ain't even made it to the goddamn the Kendrick Lamar beat, the Diddy Drake shit, like the Diddy shit, the United Healthcare CEO getting shot, Jay-Z bullshit,
politics,
bro.
Caitlin Clark, and
Andrew Reese.
Oh my god,
it's ugly.
Bro,
this year, bro.
Bro, I feel like everybody should get free therapy for a year because of 2024.
Yes. We need it, bro.
Yes, we need it.
For real. I literally just told the motherfucker that this morning. You need help, bro.
Steve-O talking about he blame me. I ain't do nothing. What you mean you blame me?
Yeah, for that horrible ass Bulls take you had the other day.
What'd he say?
Goodness. You want to tell the people what you said?
Go ahead, tell her. Shit, you brought it up.
James Earl Jones died this year. I almost forgot about that.
Oh, yes.
They're like what?
When you lose the voice of God, something's wrong, bro. That's all I can say.
Bro, it's ugly out here.
Everybody protect Morgan Freeman by any means necessary.
For real.
Oh,
man.
he is finna go up to Shaq.
Hey, Morgan Freeman is on Lioness cooking.
Yeah,
as a top official for the show. Still looking coherent and good. Shout out to him. For real.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anything left, fellas, before we get up out of here, man?
Y'all stay in tune, man. It's gonna be a good game tomorrow, bro. I think it's gonna be a good game. No,
see, the problem is that it's not just about it being a good game. They're gonna do the shit that they do all the time. Where through the first 2 quarters, we're gonna be like, "Oh, this game's over with." They're gonna show some life in the 3rd quarter, halfway through the 4th quarter, and then right when it looked like we about to be able to win the game, it's gonna be some shit happening, bro. Like you already know.
They fixed that, Drip.
Did you just see all the emotions? That's
Wait. They fixed that though. At the end of the game, they fixed it. Matt is gone.
Did they fix it?
Look what happened last game.
Last game we just got. We got.
No, it's gonna be some shit where Caleb Williams is gonna throw a touchdown pass, and it's the lightning's gonna strike just the ball mid pass. And we're just gonna be looking like,
okay, that's
Rome
a new one.
got shocked.
That's a new one. No, we gonna be like, that's a new one. Okay.
I think it's gonna be a good game. We'll see. Y'all make sure y'all tune in because we'll have a pregame show tomorrow. Yeah. We'll see. Shout out to Thomas Brown though. We're gonna see if they're gonna play for you finally, because they ain't play for you.
They ain't play for you yet.
They ain't play for you last week, DJ Moore. Jalen Johnson,
bro.
You ain't even.
Before we go, that's the thing I gotta say. DJ Moore and Jalen, shut the fuck up and put it on the football field.
That's all we saying.
Both of y'all. Shut the entire. If DJ Moore and his country ass gets to talk, somebody needs to punch him in his fucking throat. And Jalen Johnson, you gotta listen. Bro, you ain't shut down the side of the field in the last 4 weeks. You got to shut the fuck up, bro.
That's it. That's all. Play for Thomas Brown.
Yes.
Play for Thomas Brown. That's all I'm asking. Play for the coach. Play for him. This is what y'all wanted. Play for him.
That's what I needed right there. I needed some DJ Moore smoke. Thank you. Bro. Thank you. He keep escaping. I don't know how he keep escaping. He keep escaping every week. Every week he escapes.
I said it. We said it like, at this point, he finished out the season. DJ Moore is not the wide receiver 1 at the start of next season.
Hell no.
That's Rome Odunze. He's proven it. It's done.
I'm on my side of. Don't bring Keenan Allen back. I'm done.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, that shit is long gone. Get him out of here. No. We need more. We need more speed in the slot. And for me, we need more speed in the slot.
I agree.
Anyone's down, and DeAndre Carter was there.
Where's
I feel like the offense had a little more pop. Me personally.
They need to explain that though. Like, what's up with Tyler Scott? Like,
all
is
we
he
heard
really bad?
All season is that Tyler Scott had the best chemistry with Caleb Williams.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
What happened?
They need to talk to us about that. Nobody asked them about Tyler Scott. I don't get it.
For real. What?
I don't get it.
I don't know, bro.
And he be trying to patch up everything these motherfuckers be saying on his little weekly pod.
He got a little podcast. Okay.
Who got a podcast?
Yeah. Tyler Scott, I think he go on. I forgot who he go on with once a week, but he go on once a week and be trying to patch up the bullshit that Jalen Johnson and DJ Moore be leaking out. We need better play from our stars. Superstars got to play like superstars. I don't want to hear it from these guys no more.
We ain't got
in the season off with pride. That's what you playing for now, because you ain't getting to the playoffs. You fighting for your pride. So play prideful football.
Yeah, you right, but we ain't got no superstars. We ain't even got Pro Bowlers, so we ain't got no superstars.
All right,
we don't.
I ain't had no rebuttal. I'm good.
None. Facts are facts. You can't rebuke facts. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. We love you guys. Thank you guys for watching, man. You guys can follow us at Shy Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We're number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We out.